Hey guys, welcome back to the Groove Lab. I'm your host, Lauren Alexander. Today I am actually out of my apartment. It seems like it's been years since I've been out of my apartment. But I'm here at the Universal Language Studio here in Tyler with Phillip Cardon. What's up, Phillip?
What's up, Lauren?
So Phillip is the creator of Universal Language. Let's talk about what is Universal Language. What do you do?
Well, we do a lot. And by we, I mean me. And actually a few close friends that are kind of crazy enough to jump in on this with me. I say close friends. These are guys that have worked with me. I own a company, PC Productions, and we do a ton of live events and concerts and corporate AV work. But you know, in this time, we've lost a lot of our income and a lot of our work due to obviously the pandemic. So just like you don't say a murderer's name on TV, we're not gonna dwell on saying pandemic on this podcast. But basically, we just kind of had this idea of trying to keep something going during this time, giving artists a platform to be able to play live. And maybe make some tip money or get their art out there. And you know, we believe in excellence, so we're always trying to deliver like high quality production. And so it was a challenge for us to basically, you know, jump into this side of things. But we thought it would be really cool to be able to, you know, basically bring some of these live concerts right into your living room and bring a little bit of that joy into your life. So yeah, you know what they say, music is the universal language. You know, it just crosses all boundaries and reaches all people. So that was the idea behind the name. So
you're doing right now you're doing live concerts from local bands every Thursday night, and you're streaming on Facebook and also on YouTube, or? Yeah,
we're on YouTube as well. We're working with some awesome sponsors right now. Nick Pence's from Stanley's Barbecue has been huge for us. Basically, he saw some of the streams we were doing earlier from our warehouse space. And, you know, we just got to talking about music and the whole state of, you know, stages basically closing down and not having a place for artists to play. And he had a place that he said that we could use. So we started streaming, you know, from this location 3 weeks ago. And yeah, it's been awesome. Basically, we're doing live bands on Thursdays, and it starts at 8:00. They'll go every Thursday, and it'll be on YouTube, Facebook Live, and also it'll be on the Stanley's Barbecue Facebook page as well. So we're excited about it. We just want to keep the music alive, as corny as that sounds.
This space is very cool, and it's really neat, I think, to have a space that looks super legit, because I mean, I've got a 2-year-old, so that's not really like, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see my living room. You want to see this space is beautiful. You got the lights, you got the fog machine.
Oh my goodness. Yes. It's like an 80s tribute here. No, really, I mean, there's nothing wrong with, you know, bringing your art in any way that you can, you know, to the community around you. So, yeah. You know, if that's what you have, you know, if that's your tool is your cell phone and, you know, and in your living room, like, that's great.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's just, we've had these tools because we put on a lot of large live shows. And so it was like, how can we use these tools to make the best out of a bad situation?
Right.
You know? And so yeah, so we've got this awesome space down here. It's live from downtown Tyler. So, you know, we get all sorts of cool noises. We get, you know, trains coming by, and we get some Tejano music bumping too. So it works out well.
Yeah.
And you might even hear some on this broadcast tonight.
I'm hoping we get something.
Yeah.
Some flavor.
Yeah, maybe a scream. I don't know, you know?
Well, we'll see, I guess. So let's talk about, what are your goals for the future? How I mean, this is very cool. Not that you have to do anything else with this, but do you have any other plans? I know we talked about maybe doing some live podcasts. I think that would be that's a cool idea.
Yeah, I mean, so like anything I always do, I always think of like, where I can use it, like when I learn something or buy.
You hear it?
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. We've got an awesome car rolling by here with what appears to be no exhaust pipe. So pretty cool. Way cool. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, win-win. But really, always trying to think of ways to, be versatile and take our skill set and what we have and, reach as many avenues as we can. So this spot that we have down here that we're using with the equipment we have, we've thought about, making it a podcast studio, helping people out, that have YouTube channels that want to, feature their real estate listings, like for the month, or artists that like yourself that have this awesome Groove Lab podcast. Basically just helping people with the skills that we have and the equipment that we have, get their message out or their art, or keep them connected. Yeah. So I mean that's big for us. I mean most of our bands are local, and like our sponsors are local, and our fan bases for all these bands are local. So I mean the idea is basically just local helping local.
Yeah.
It just makes the most sense. And it's really, as this goes on, the more the more I look around at people and businesses that are struggling, and musicians that are struggling, it's like there's a lot of unity. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are coming together to try to make the best of a bad situation. And it's been really cool having the support of our sponsors. We got Keeper Saul taking care of the bands on hospitality. Villa Montez and 1836 Kitchen. Mundo has been big helping us keep the bands fed when they come through. And, obviously Nick from Stanley's Barbecue has been a huge supporter of live music. He's brought some of the most awesome talent to East Texas. Yeah. And, I know it's crushing his soul that, that he can't do that right now. So, helping us out with this space and facilitating, the use of it in our streaming platform. I'm hoping for him that does a little for for his love of music and getting it out there. I'm rambling around like a fool.
No, like you told me you were not going to be good at this. This is great.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And you were correct. You're horrible at this. I'm not sure we're going to air it. No, I'm joking. So I've seen in some of your promos that you've done, you've been tagging KLTV a lot. Do you have something going on with them?
Yeah. So basically, we're live streaming every Thursday at 8:00 on all the social media platforms. But in addition to that, we wanted to hit the more traditional outlets. So we're going to be airing on KLTV starting in October. Stand by for that announcement. We'll go ahead and hit you with our time slot and our featured artists as we get closer to that date.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
And look, you go hit up Taco Bell, right? It's like it's Friday night. Like you go see a live show, you come home, maybe you're drunk, maybe you're not. I don't know, but you go hit up Taco Bell and you come back to the house, and no offense to Green Acres or any of the local churches that are airing around those times, but sometimes it's better to watch a concert with a band on TV than it is to watch the praise band sing "You Raise Me Up."
Definitely, for sure. Could you feel like shittier if you're like drunk eating Taco Bell? Like,
yeah, that's
Jesus is watching.
That's
you.
Right. It's definitely a way to feel shitty, for sure.
So let's talk about you. How did you get started? You're a musician.
Well, I was born 1982.
Start at the beginning.
2nd. Yeah. It was a cold night. No, so wow. Okay, so yeah, I grew up just loving music. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, so I was just way
Oh,
into.
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, sorry for
Yeah,
interrupting, but
you have not.
I don't.
You've not felt how rough I am. You know how.
Rough and tough.
Yeah, exactly. No, I grew up there, and my mom was a singer, and I love music. I love drums. Like, I'm a drummer first and foremost, but I remember when I was like 4 years old going to the Detroit Auto Show, and my sisters were marching in the marching band, like they were doing like twirling the flags and the rifles and all that. And I remember just being blown away like by the drum line and just always like mesmerized by what was happening there. So anyway, I took to it real early. A guy in church had an old set of drums that he didn't play anymore that he gave me, and I just really loved it and took to it. So basically, grew up there and was heavily in music, my whole life. When I moved to Texas in 2001, I was brought down here by the jazz studies program at North Texas. So that's kind of what brought me to Denton, and then I did my stint there and ended up just kind of staying in Texas. And a relationship brought me out to East Texas. So I've been out here for 7 or 8 years now in Tyler. And I was playing in several different bands, but it just got to the point, and I still love playing drums and, being a performer. But like, I was always, every time I would get off the road, like I was always behind a console. Like, somebody, like, oh, hey, can you come help us run sound? Or hey, can you do this? Do that, help us out with this. And I they say that necessity is the mother of all skill. You get on the road, and I'm sure you understand this, like, being a touring musician, you'd roll into these venues where, and not to talk bad about anybody, but some of these sound guys just didn't even know how to use the equipment that they
Right,
had,
yeah.
And I was in a band with 3 female singers at the time that liked really, really, really loud monitor mixes.
Mm-hmm.
And we just have a lot of feedback, in general. So, like, my initial passion for problem solving came from, hey, let's get rid of the feedback.
Right.
So, but yeah, basically, as a touring musician, we'd play these venues, and I felt like I just needed to know more, about how things worked. So I started teaching myself, and um, you know, there's several different ways you can teach yourself. Obviously, the internet is a great tool. We all use it. I've spent hundreds of thousands of hours in forums, and then once I got to a certain level where I thought, taking certain classes or master classes or studying, from people was was of a value to me, then I did that. So I've taken, courses and all that. But for me, the main reason I got into production was I felt like I had more control over the music, like on the other side of it. Like, as a drummer, a performer, like, I was playing in these bands, it's just loud, and like people were phoning it in. It just kind of became this like machine, like a rinse, lather, repeat type of thing. And I just felt like I didn't have dynamic control over the music that was coming off the stage anymore. And every time I got behind a console, like, I felt like I could actually shape the music more, like, and that was really eye opening for me.
Yeah.
So
So you kind of needed to care where other people might not care.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And lugging around heavy drums, it wasn't enough. I was like, I need to carry heavy speakers too. And I need to be loading and unloading trailers and big box trucks. That was my calling.
And you wanted to stay even later at the
Yes,
gig.
yeah. I want to get there before you, and I want to leave after you. Win.
That was a smart choice. But really, like, now you did all that, and then you really know what you're doing now, and now you've got this cool space and this cool thing that you're doing.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's an evolution. It's a work in progress. Like, I like being uncomfortable. I like putting myself in situations where, like, I have to find ways, to make it happen. And that's where like if there's one thing I've learned about myself over the past 20 years of my adult life, it's that there's a certain comfort in the chaos, for me anyway. And that's, I don't know where that came from, like but I'm glad I have it.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's super
Because
cool.
it can get chaotic.
Yeah, I'm sure, because you are kind of dealing with, I mean, you're dealing with so many different people.
Oh, yeah.
So many musicians, so many knobs and buttons. Now you got cameras, dude.
Well, I only know what a couple of those knobs and buttons do. The rest are just kind of,
the rest you don't touch
cool.
them, right?
No,
Yeah.
Of course not. I'm so dorky right now. I'm wearing a shirt that says Rational Acoustics Smart Training Course. And on the back, it says The Seven System Dwarfs. And it's got honky, boxy, muddy, talking about like frequencies and
oh my God, that's amazing.
It's so
Is this
corny.
your favorite shirt?
No, it's not my favorite.
It's not your favorite?
One, but yeah.
That's pretty cool though. That's pretty cool.
So if that tells you anything, we were just talking about this earlier. Like people don't walk by me and go, "Oh, that guy's fashion sense is amazing," Like they just say, "Man, that guy's got a lot of nice equipment,"
Yeah.
And that's, that's where I choose to spend my money.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah, of course. But
a train!
We got a train.
Yes.
So.
What happened? Are you there? Oh, okay, there you go.
Are you there? Yes, I'm 4 feet across from you. Okay, so
we might have to let this train go.
I told you that's incredible, isn't it? Okay, so I've reached out to all the premier artists in the East Texas area, and one of those artists was your warm, kind, friendly host, Lauren Alexander, and her group of ragtags. Yeah. Anyway, she agreed to be on our fourth episode?
I think.
Yes, it'll be our fourth episode of Universal Language. So she's going to be rocking it on the 17th.
Which will be, when this airs, that will be tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
if you're listening to this on...
It's going to take her that long to edit this down because I've just been rambling.
Yeah, you guys don't get to hear everything.
Yeah, that's right. She's going to set up a Patreon page in the next couple months, and some of the exclusive content that's been edited out will be on that Patreon page.
Dude,
and you guys can subscribe to that, and for a nominal fee, you can support her podcast, and you can have access to all those bonus clips.
Yeah, I didn't tell him to say that, and I didn't even know I was going to do that, but now I'm going to do it.
Now you are forced
Now
I
have to.
See,
I could just edit that out, but no, I'd love to make some money.
Right. It's like that's, I guess, part of living is being able to eat and pay your bills.
You have to pay your bills, and now I've got a baby.
Yeah,
and so now the pressure's on.
Yeah, I mean, how old is your baby now? 2?
2.5.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I've said this so many times. Like when you're like young and you can kind of be carefree. It's kind of endearing to be like a broke musician, But like now that we have a kid. When we can't pay our bills, it's just kind of sad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's like, okay, this is not very fun anymore.
Right. Like it was kind of cute before, but like,
yeah.
Now if we can't pay rent, then like,
Yeah, well, hey, let's talk about that. Let's talk about being versatile and expanding your skill set so that way you can make income. I mean, Richie, your husband, I've heard a lot of great things. Like, you always hear Kelly Barber from Action Sound. Right. He does great guitar work, right? Like everybody's always like, "Oh man, Kelly did this. He set up my guitar just right." Well, we had Hayden McMullen here, who used to play guitar for JB and the Moonshine Band, who's a beast of a guitar player. Like I'd heard him talking to Riley, and he was like, "Oh man, Richie did a bang up job on my frets," and like I'm hearing that a lot. Like I'm a production guy. And so like I always hear these guitar players talking, like about where they're taking their stuff and who's doing their stuff. Yeah. And Richie's name just keeps being popped out there. Yeah. So he's got a natural gift.
He's really talented, and it is I mean, it can be hard because a lot of people are like, well, Kelly is the only one to take your stuff to. And Kelly's great. Kelly's super talented, but so is Richie. And so it's nice that people are trusting him, and then he's finally getting that word of mouth, and people are...
That's a big thing.
It is.
And your instrument, it's like, for some people, it's like their guitar, it's like it's their prized possession. Some people don't have 10 guitars on the wall. You
Yeah.
know, some people have one guitar that they like. Look at Willie Nelson and Trigger. You know, it's like he sends that thing off, and like, you know, there's a whole like documentary on that. It's pretty amazing,
Yeah.
like about the guy who cleans it and just basically tries to preserve it and keep it from degrading any further.
Right.
But it's like that's been with him for so long on all these shows.
Yeah.
It's like it's part of who he is, you know. And for somebody to trust you, you know what I mean, with that instrument, you know, like that's big.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Hold on. I got a text. I'm getting like 20 text messages.
Cool.
Okay.
Everything okay?
Yes. We're having band practice, and I'm like,
Nice.
they're like, I guess everyone's on their way except for me.
Oh, nice.
Everyone's.
You're having band practice
I'm
tonight?
late to my own band practice.
Is,
I suck.
Is who's on the drums on tonight's
We've
rehearsal?
got Jeff.
Jeff.
And then we're actually rehearsing for live stream.
Oh, okay, cool.
But Jeff and then Mark Hill on bass.
Yeah, Jeff's been sitting in with Lee Mathis a bunch lately.
He has.
Yeah. There was a picture that was on Facebook a couple days ago.
Don't. His naked drummer picture.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
He's like behind the drum kit, looking like man, he looked like Tom Hanks in Castaway. Like there was like this blue tarp behind him, and he was shirtless.
Do you know where he was at?
I don't know.
He was at a nudist.
What?
park.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
Oh, why
They
does
play
that
at,
seem
like,
so
in-
right for him?
It does. That
Yeah.
is like his
Oh
thing.
my gosh, that's
For
hilarious.
sure. I know. Did you see my comment on there?
No,
It
I
said
didn't see it.
gross.
Gross.
And I truly feel that way. But
hey, you know,
Jeff is like the goofiest guy ever, but like honestly, he is one of the sweetest people.
Yeah,
like,
he is a sweetheart.
deep down underneath all that long hair and the creepiness of him.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah, no,
Way deep down in his heart. No, just kidding.
I received that creepiness. I mean, he is like, you know, some of the jokes he makes, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in good company here. You know
right.
what I mean?
But then like for me, I'm like, Jeff, you cannot say that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like one time, oh God, I don't remember what he said. He like, we were just starting out playing like live with him. So I was probably like 19 and I'm like already awkward kind of, really.
Right.
A lot awkward. And he like made a comment about someone's boobs, like live. Oh, and like, I didn't know what to say. And so like that just made me so uncomfortable that I never gave him a microphone ever again. Because like now I would like, it would be fine. Like no big deal. Like we could laugh about it, but I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
Jeff, you can't talk about her boobs like live on a microphone. Like, what do I say about that?
That's funny. I'll tell you what. I mean, look at me. I've been in Texas too long. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah. But you know, as much as you were saying he's a sweetheart, I tell you, every time I see him at a show with him and his wife, I mean, those two people are in love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's cool to see. You don't see that a lot. You know,
Yeah.
you don't see like people like that are just like, you know, super in love with each other.
Yeah.
But like every time I see those two out, I'm always like, oh, that's what that's all about.
Aw,
You know, that's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
You know? So anyway, I don't know how he got 5 minutes on this podcast.
Right.
But
I'm editing this for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Screw you, Jeff.
That's right. And you know what? I thought Jeff was going to be doing this with you. What happened there?
So usually when I record these,
He wanted to be nude.
that's-
You were like,
that was the problem. He wanted to be naked on the Zoom calls,
Yeah,
and I
can't do it.
said no.
Can't do it.
No, we just have such different schedules. Like I am usually doing stuff like super late at night,
Right.
and he's kind of like an early
Really? I
early
wouldn't peg him for
person.
an early guy.
What? He's old.
He's
He's gotta go to
old.
bed early. But like
He's
I'm
got to
like
get up and iron his Jankos.
exactly.
Those Jankos are awesome. Every time I see him, dude, I think of being like in 10th grade. You know?
But here's the thing: he gets so many compliments. Like when we go to like California or Nashville or like wherever,
On the Jankos?
people are like, "Oh man, you're cool," and I'm like, "Don't encourage him,
Yeah.
please. He doesn't need that. He already thinks he's cool."
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah, I posted that thing on Facebook when I saw that picture of him with the tarp behind him. He was behind his drum kit too. And I posted, I said, Wilson, you know, triple exclamation point. Because I was like, man, this guy he had his beard going. He had a nice golden tan,
Yeah.
you know?
the thing about Jeff too is like he does not about what
Yeah.
anybody thinks. Like he
No,
is
it's awesome.
just it is awesome,
It's
and it
awesome.
is so much fun because I've made him like do so many stupid things. Like so many things. Like, Jeff, let me get a picture of you doing this.
Yeah.
Let me get a picture of you underneath this pretend cow, like
milking
it.
Yeah.
He'll do it. So
Of
it's fun.
course. No,
It's
I
really
mean,
fun. Think of some things to like make him do on
are
our
you serious?
live stream.
Are you serious?
Oh, okay. Well, maybe.
Okay. What can we do on the live stream? Like, yeah, along those lines, like a dare or something, like where we can get the people to write in like comments, like
Oh, that's a really good
you know,
idea.
like I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be cheesy, but like
Yeah. You know, I did. I have said this a lot. Like, Jeff, if you want to do like a fundraiser to help us finish the album,
yeah,
let's like raffle off. He has like crazy women fans. Let's raffle off like
a date.
no,
with
like
Jeff?
I said, like let's let them cut some of your hair.
Oh my gosh.
Like you could like do different sections, like $25 a piece.
Yeah, $25 above the equator.
yeah. But he said no to that, so I guess he's not.
Well,
he's not quite as invested as
maybe he's a little bit of a conspiracy nut too. Maybe he thinks like I don't want my hair out there. You know, somebody cloning
Maybe.
DNA, all that crazy
That's
stuff.
what it
You never
is,
know.
and we don't need another Jeff.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's pretty cool.
Well, thank you so much for being on. This was really fun to talk to you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So you guys be sure to tune in to our live stream tomorrow night at 8:00.
Yeah, that's going to be on our Facebook page. Be facebook.com/Universal Language Live.
It's going to be so much fun.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. You guys tune in. Lauren and the boys will be killing it.
Killing it.
All right, y'all. Stay groovy.
What's up, guys? We're back with the song of the week. I'm here with my buddy Jeff Odom.
What's up?
So, let's talk about the song that we chose for this week. It's a song called Yeah by CJ Hammond. Yeah. If you listen to the song, that's what it says.
It's a sexy ass song.
I know. The first time I heard it, I was like, oh, that's a baby making song right there.
Oh, well, I guess.
But it's kind of cool. Like it, like the verses are kind of like kind of sexy and sensual, and then you get into the chorus, and it's kind of like a little bit reggae, right?
It's very soulful. You know, very R&B, but you know, it's only like a 2-minute song.
Yeah, so you can just
it's a quick song, you know.
Listen over and over.
But it has a really good groove to it. Like we looked him up. He's from Denver, but he's now currently living in LA recording. I saw where he was talking about his band. He has some really great musicians that are backing him up. But yeah, this song is one to put in your playlist because it's gets right to the point, especially on date night. You know, if you're in the mood, you know, I totally will use it.
And that's what Jeff's always thinking about.
Well, who's not? What do you think I started playing drums for?
I guess that is what makes the world go round. You know,
Well,
let me tell you, Phillip Cardon told me.
Yes, Phillip, I know him well.
You want to know
What did he
said?
say?
He told me that our intro music sounded like a 70s porno. And I wasn't sure how to take that at first, but the more I thought about it, I kind of love it.
Well, I love 70s porno and I love music, so makes.
Oh my god! I mean, I guess I've never seen a 70s porno, so I didn't know.
Well, let me tell you something.
I didn't know I was choosing 70s porno music, but
I'll
I think
send you
it's
some
cool.
links.
I'll
send you some
don't.
links.
Please don't. Not interested. But I thought that was so funny.
Well, you know, you do make some baby making music yourself. I mean,
Right, we have heard
you
that a lot.
remember that time we played that gig in Tyler, Texas, when that woman came up to us afterwards and she said that she was on a date with it was like a blind date, that she just met this guy for the first time, but after listening to our music, it was a guarantee that something was going to happen later that evening because of the performance that we put on that night. So that's a pretty big compliment.
That is an interesting compliment.
Heck,
I
take
mean,
it.
I don't know
Yeah.
what to say. I don't think I knew what to say that night when she told us that.
Well, you write love songs.
Yeah.
You know, you do write love songs. When we listen to our music, we realize that, at least I do, that it's very much so from a female perspective. Everything, obviously,
That's because I'm a female.
because you are a female. I didn't realize that initially when I first met you. I wasn't sure what you were.
A freaking alien.
Yeah, believe me, you spend enough time with me, you realize you are an alien.
I know. Hey, you know what? I did
What?
read that blood type O negative.
We're just like I am.
We're like alien
I'm
people. Are you really? So is Richie.
I'm O negative. Yeah.
We should form a band. That's
crazy.
crazy.
Your mom said we were related.
God, I hope that's not true. But I
You
mean,
know what's cool about O negative? O negative is like liquid gold, because we can give to everybody, but we can only have O negative ourselves. We cannot have any other blood. We are a rare blood type. And how did you find out you were O negative?
when I had Rhodes, you have to, if Richie hadn't, well, I didn't know what his blood type was, and he was away in Michigan, and so I had to get this like blood transfusion shot, it was called a Rogam shot, because if Rhodes would have been like not Rh negative, then my body could, like, if anything had happened, like my body could like fight him like an infection, which is nuts, right?
Right.
What the hell? But anyway, so I had to get the shot, but it turns out Richie's O negative, so that was like a very huge expense for no reason.
Right. So basically, I'll give you my blood if I need to give you any of my blood.
Okay, well, I'll give you my blood too.
Have my blood running through your veins. I would find that hilarious.
Actually, I'm gonna say thanks, but no thanks.
Why?
Oh God.
Because it's like a 70s porn.
I guess. Yeah, you would probably need to get your blood tested before you gave it to me. I do have to say though, Jeff, we do look like we're related right now. I was gonna say I wish people could see us on our Zoom call, but I'm also kind of glad they cannot see us. We look ridiculous.
You have my beard.
I do have Jeff's beard on. I got a shave before our live stream. No, we have literally the same top knot in our hair. Like, it's like, it started out as a top knot. It's like migrated.
Yeah.
Like it's lopsided a
Kind
little
of different
bit.
directions.
Yeah.
I look like a Muppet.
Guys, if you didn't know, we're very, very cool.
Right now, I'm just looking up your nostril because your nose is right up against the computer.
Oh, I'm sure that's so flattering. Whatever. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this podcast.
We will see you next Wednesday. Don't forget to submit more songs for us to listen to.
You guys can submit your music on Instagram or Facebook, and we also now have an email address. We're totally legit. Can you believe it?
Nope. What is it?
It is groovelabpodcast@gmail.com.
All right.
Yeah, so send us your songs. We want to talk about them and talk about you, and we want to hear your music.
Oh, yeah.
All right, talk to you guys soon. Love you, Jeff.
I love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.